Mike's muted.
Not at all.
Yeah, cool. That's great. I didn't. Man. I'm always like, oh, I got like 15 minutes to get everything ready, and then I'm still not ready. I gotta start like an hour earlier.
That's I usually start mentally preparing myself about an hour early.
Yeah, it's for the best. I don't even. Yeah. Anyway, the lighting is what it is.
Yes.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm drinking coffee.
Oh yeah, I just had like 2 beers.
Nice.
It's not nice. I don't need it. It's not good for me.
It is what it is.
Yeah. How's it going? How's your week?
Long.
Oh, hey, this is flashing. Yeah, it was long. That sucks.
Yeah. It's all good though. Gotta think the bread money.
Yeah. Probably buy other things than just bread.
Oh yeah. Essentials.
Yeah. Should do. Okay, I'll do my part of the intro now because otherwise it's like we're just talking to ourselves. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Sean Crummell, the creator of Smacked in the Head, the animated series comic, and host of Random Back Issue Comics on this very live tube live stream. This very YouTube channel. That's the word. This is week 2 of reviewing. Man, I am 2 beers. Week 2 of reviewing Mandalorian episodes. This is the stream where I have to kind of keep my voice down so that my wife can go to sleep because she gets up super early. That's why I'm talking funny. And
that's why.
And then who are you?
I always wondered.
Yeah, no doubt. And did you come up with an intro for yourself this time?
I'm Steve. How you guys doing?
I'm Steve.
It was a really long week.
All right.
Sleep was horrible. I'm barely functioning as is. Let's just put it this way.
Well, it's going to be an awesome stream. That's fine. Yeah. It wasn't a great episode, so whatever.
Yeah, I was 50-50 on it.
Oh, yeah? All right, well, let's just jump into it.
Let's do the spoiler-free one first for a couple of minutes.
All right, go for it. You rehash what happened.
Oh, I'm not going to rehash anything. That would be spoiling it. I'm just going to say the story was interesting. It was a side quest.
Sure, side quest.
Doesn't really pertain to anything to do with the story, the overall story. But
yeah, other than this lizard might have heard of a Mandalorian somewhere.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that's true. All right, good spoiler-free review.
Man, I am bombing on all of it today. I thought I had this.
That's fine.
My brain don't work.
Why are you drinking coffee then?
I'll fall asleep.
Oh, so we should probably start doing these earlier in the day.
No, it's just again, I had a long week. I worked yesterday, and then I got no sleep last night. Our air conditioner went out.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Is it cold there still or not yet?
We're in Florida, man. It's never
so cold. What? I'm in California. It was cold today.
I mean, the wind's blowing because we got a tropical storm down.
Woo!
Caribbean right now, but other than that, I mean, it's normal Florida weather.
Yeah, it is 52 right now, and it says that it's raining, but it's not raining. It rained yesterday.
Cool, rain.
We haven't had it in months. Months.
So the episode, if you wanted to skip it, you could. There's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing happens.
It's just some cool stuff happened.
Yeah.
Just some cool spaceship flying and stuff like that.
Sure, for a little bit, and then it's over.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's pull up my notes then. We're just gonna get into this.
Yeah, let's just do it. It was a very short episode, 32 minutes, I believe, maybe 37 at the most, with the
Oh
credits.
yeah, because the first time I watched it, it felt like a lot longer.
I know it was only about 32 minutes. The first episode was almost an hour.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't know what the second one was. I never found the time on that one. But yeah, the last night's was only or whatever night that came out. Day.
Friday at like 3 a.m. is when people are watching it.
Yeah, that's 6 a.m. for me.
I think it's 3 a.m. Eastern. I don't know.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Well, that would be midnight for you. Then people would be watching at midnight at your time.
I don't know. This week I got up in the morning and I blurry-eyed walked to my computer, and then people were like, Mandalorian, and I went, ugh. And then I blurry-eyed walked to my TV. Because if I don't watch it the morning of, then yeah.
Yeah, that was my goal, but I had to drive to Jacksonville.
Yeah, well, makes sense. The all right, so from the last episode, there's some guy that works for ILM, and he's on Twitter, and he confirmed there are legs on the crate dragon. Now it's like, thank God. And I think I get the impression that it's more like that one Terrell Whitlatch drawing where they're like bunched up at the back.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, you were right. You called it. He's still on Tatooine at the beginning of this episode, but he does not meet Boba Fett. He is traveling back to Mos Eisley.
Mos Espa.
Is that where what's her face is from?
Something like that. It was one of those two. I mean, there's only 3.
Yeah, there's only 2. Yeah. So he's traveling back on his speeder bike.
Yeah.
And he gets clotheslined by some bandits, and they go flying.
Should have seen that coming.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, you'd be scanning for bandits. It's a perfect ambush spot. Come on, amateur.
I would think yeah, because there's rocky outposts and stuff.
You're in the desert, and all of a sudden you come up with some rocks. There's going to be an ambush.
Yeah, unless it's flat land, just expect ambush.
Yeah. I mean, that's just common sense, not just so. Again, bad writing, right from the start.
So I will say my initial
concepts. It's like you can see their concept that they're trying to get across, but they're just like, all right, hurry up and do it.
Yeah, they don't have the time to make it unique.
Right.
My first impression watching it was that I enjoyed the episode, and then 10 minutes later I was like, why does this happen? So it doesn't hold up. Just like the first one. Yeah. Well, it was just like the first episode. It's like, oh, that was fun. Why did they do this? Anyway, so there's
this reason right here for people to argue it.
Yeah.
Make big deal of it so it gets more and more
attention.
About. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I miss the days when Star Wars wasn't so popular. Especially because I got this recently. For one reason, I've been looking for this for years because there's one thing in here about lightsabers, and it says that most lightsabers of the era don't have flashback water seals, and it is the only thing that I have ever seen that in. And that's why some lightsabers, if you submerge them, will short circuit and short out. So I miss the days when Star Wars wasn't that popular because people would have arguments about lightsabers working underwater and stuff like that, and you could find something to prove your point. Now it's just everybody's terrible. Everything's terrible. No, this movie's terrible because you're a bigot. Or this movie's great because you're a bigot. Whatever. I miss the simple, cheesy arguments.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why in episode 1, Obi-Wan's didn't work when he fell in the water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But don't they go to the council in episode 1? Is it Kit Fisto on there? Because if so, that theory is blown away because he's an underwater creature who has a lightsaber.
True. I don't think he's on the council.
I do believe he is.
Phantom Menace, Masters Council. I don't think so. I think he was made up in the second movie.
Yeah, it could be.
Boom. Wait, is that accurate? I think that is. Application window. Share. Boom. You got these guys.
I'm not trying to boom anything.
Boom, bam, baby. No fisto. No fisting. Anyway, yeah. So I like that we picked this to review these episodes as everyone seemingly on the internet decides that The Mandalorian is terrible and wants to cancel their subscriptions.
That's what. I don't pay attention to that shit, so that's what's going on.
Well, for one, this episode, everyone's like, this is crap filler and it's awful.
Yeah, it's a side quest. It has nothing to do with the story. It's just. Did you see the director?
No.
Peyton Reed?
I have no idea. Yeah, he just. Is this a diversity hire or has he been known for something?
I think he did the Ant-Mans. Didn't he?
Peyton Reed.
You'll have to look it up.
Not a black guy. Yeah, I got it. Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and its sequel. Okay.
Yes. And then he did a couple other. Didn't he do Scott Pilgrim? Or was that somebody else?
Oh god, I already closed it. Peyton Reed. Yes Man, The Breakup, Bring It On, Down with Love. I don't know. Hey, IMDb. What do you know? Little footballs.
So now monster movies.
No, not unless you count The Breakup with Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn.
Horror comedy.
Yeah. The Weird Al Show, 13 episodes.
Oh, nice. And he's got comedic. He's more of a comedic director. That's why when I saw his name flash across, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be either interesting or ridiculous."
Yeah.
And it was kind of a little bit of both. I like the ice spiders.
Yeah, they're the best part. I think they're the reason I enjoyed it the most because we'll get to it.
Yeah. Okay, start.
He gets clotheslined off his speeder bike by a Nikto and some shitty looking Disney aliens.
Yeah.
Which is redundant because every alien that Disney does is basically crap.
That can be said across the board though right now.
For Disney?
All alien. No, like across the board in Star Trek and everything. All the aliens suck right now.
I don't watch any of the new Star Trek.
I just think they all suck.
That's fine. That's fair. So he's the short little crappy looking alien holds the kid hostage, right. And he's gonna kill him. Whatever, he wants a trade, so he gives him his jetpack. We'll just fly through this. Gives him the jetpack. The guy, the short little twerpy crappy alien, takes the jetpack, runs off with it. He cues the little thing on his wrist. It blasts off and drops him to his death. And then comes down and lands for him. That was fine. I liked it.
I like that it fell at the end. The jetpack.
Oh, it just fell over?
Yeah. It landed perfectly, then just went. That was nice. I like that much.
Yeah. So that's good. And then he takes like a strut from the speeder bike and puts all his crap on it and walks back to the city.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, yellow-eyed Jawas. I was very happy.
Okay. Maybe it has to do with the suns and the seasons. Maybe it has to do with different tribes of Jawas.
I would think it's a tribal thing.
Yeah. Or they're on a bunch of spice.
Yeah.
They were cooking meth.
In that same
They're
car.
just tweaked out. That's how they got his ship apart so fast.
Yeah, they're
Gotta do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was happy to see those, and it wasn't just like Disney does Jawas with red eyes because of copyright nonsense or something.
Or for some reason.
Yeah, so they go. He goes into the only cantina on Tatooine, which is the one from the movies, and
I mean, it's probably a prefabricated thing they just drop down in each little outpost. But yes, they're reusing this.
It is the same cantina because there's outside decoration. There's like a half circle thing outside of the cantina that when Luke's going in.
He went to Mos Eisley. I thought he went to Mos Espa or something.
I think it's Mos Eisley because the same half circle crap is outside the cantina.
Right, because that's what people know. They got to have something recognizable, so people are like, "Oh my gosh, look!"
Yeah.
Again, something to argue over. Just curious.
So
he walks up to the.
Well, Mos Eisley is still fucking hopping. It is not a backwater planet. There's so many people on it. Anyway, yeah, so he walks up and Amy Sedaris is playing Sabacc against a bug.
Yeah.
And he's going to cover the bet for some reason. I don't know.
All right, well, did you not get the vibe when he showed up and he had the baby? She acted weird. Like she hired those people to kidnap the baby because when they were when they choked him, they're like, remember, get the kid.
I did not get that impression.
I totally think she was trying to kidnap the kid, and she was surprised to see him show up.
Huh. See, I thought she was just
trying to cover herself, and that's why she was being all jittery and shit.
I thought she was just trying to do a poker face because she was in the middle of something.
No, I thought she lost her poker face when she saw him walk up, and she tried to cover it. And that's why she said she was in the hole and he was on a winning streak. But
yeah, that's smart. I did not pick up on that. This is the half circle thing. That's
the satellite.
Yeah, sure.
Thing.
Yeah,
engine.
Sure.
It looks like a space shuttle engine.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That would be brilliant, but they did nothing with it anyway. So,
well, they brought her back from season 1. Guaranteed, she probably maybe now she's going to get a crew together. Maybe she's going to be someone hunting him down for the baby.
Maybe. I don't know. Why would she like it that much? I thought it was just
she wanted it to spawn and budge and bite. She was all over that thing.
I thought that was just a woman thing.
I don't know. That's the way she was attached to it. I think there's something going on with her. It'd be nice if there was. That's funny that we're both wearing our Halo hats.
Oh, yeah. Real.
That's actually kind of funny. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's cool.
But again, the damn fucking kid did not wear goggles on the speeder bike.
I knew you were going to say that. I was going to bring that up to you. I thought of it when it started.
But they at least had him squinting this time, a little bit. So I was like, all right, he definitely needs goggles now.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate that kid. Episode by episode, I hate him more.
He is not 50 plus years old. I'm sorry. There's no effing way that is possible. There's just not.
Not to jump ahead, but he's such a piece of shit in this episode that if they do reveal that he can talk later on, it's gonna make him seem like such a monster because he knew full on what he was doing the whole time.
Okay, but see, that's why I don't think he's 50 plus years old. He's got the mentality of a fucking 2-year-old, if not less.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm dealing with right now. Constantly doing exactly what I watched in this episode. No.
Stop eating the eggs.
Stop it. I said no. Well, it's popsicles right now. I said no popsicles.
And They made him make more baby noises, and every time he squeaked, I wanted to punt him.
Yeah, see, I'm wondering if that's a director thing.
Yeah, I don't remember him
Because
making
he
noises.
changed, like, from episode to episode, he does change. Just like sometimes he's not used as much.
Mhm.
Sometimes they just use him as
Bait.
It's like each episode has different rules on how much you can use this baby Yoda.
Well, probably. Because if he's the overarching thing, then probably.
But yeah, we're 3 episodes in and we still haven't seen any kind of lightsabers, any kind of...
2 episodes.
Oh, really? Wow.
Mhm.
For some reason, I thought there was 3.
First one was long.
Right, yeah.
So I guess he covers the bet for Amy Sedaris. And
Yep.
and then she wins, and then that means that she's gonna get a contact to give her information about where another Mandalorian is.
But she wants some of that dragon meat first.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked seeing the Treadwell. I have his toy.
Yeah, that was funny.
So then the contact decides that they need passage off the planet to a nearby planet, and she's a salamander. And I really
Salamander frog.
I really like the alien. It's very adorable. And I don't know if it's like a prosthetic mask or whatever, a mechanical mask, but it was really well done.
It was probably a combination of both.
Yeah. Well, like the Gamorrean guards used to be a mask that you would put over, and it was radio operated, so the eyes would do stuff. Yeah.
I think CG is way cheaper than that now.
I really love the alien salamander.
It was nice to see a completely different type of alien like that, but I wasn't impressed because it was just it's like Peyton Reed just like enlarged a salamander.
Sure, I guess. It does hop later on.
And Dr. Mandible was just an ant.
That is a callback to the giant praying mantis in the cantina in the original movie. I had no problems with that. Later on, she does leap like a frog salamander, and I think it's the worst. What do you even call that? Stunt work that they've ever shown.
Oh, I don't even saw that was stunt. That was just completely like someone took a black Sharpie and like, okay, make this do this and this.
It's supposed to look graceful, but she just like belly flops every time she leaps, and I'm like, this is awful. Just make her run. This doesn't even look good.
And they pretty much did.
So anyway, she needs transport to another planet because she has eggs, her spawn. She needs her husband to fertilize her spawn on another planet, which happens to be the only, I think they say
habitable.
Her species. The only habitable.
Hold on. I screenshotted. So here's the funny thing of me screenshotting from my iPad on Disney Plus. It blacks out the photo, but I have I have captions on. So Amy Sedaris is saying her line will end if you jump to outer space, they die. Later on, the frog lady, when she gets the robot, she's like, these eggs are the last brood of my life cycle.
Yes.
So this is the last pregnancy she's going to have. So she's had other pregnancies.
Right, but sure. But they can only exist on this planet. It was also the thing. I don't know. It's screwy.
Like that. This is the only one that the husband could find. They feel like nomads. Like, why the hell was she on Tatooine in the first place? She was looking for a habitable place while her husband was in another place looking for another place. I just felt like they were nomadic salamander people just spreading across the galaxy, trying to find different places to lay eggs.
This is one of those moments where you're like, the writing's not great. Because you're like, why would they be... If there's only one habitable planet for them, why are they anywhere else?
Right. Exactly. Why is
Yeah.
she there? Like, unless she's searching for the planet, but her husband found it first. And
Yeah,
ran into some
exactly.
Mandalorians, apparently.
Yes, but how did they exist before that then?
Exactly.
Some kind
That's
of
what I mean. So
ship?
they're on a different planet, and probably their eggs hatched, and they have to wander, and they just leave naturally. They get on a ship, and I mean, I'm sure that's like the evolution of them. But what do they do now?
Strike one, Jon Favreau. This is also the moment when they introduce that Baby Yoda is obsessed with these eggs that she's carrying.
Yes. Oh man, you saw it in his eyes right when he saw them. I was like, he is going to eat them.
I thought that, but then I thought maybe he has some kind of like connection because he's aquatic, sort of.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Yoda lived in a swamp. That doesn't mean he was aquatic.
No, but they
know
always
people that live in
they
swamps.
always refer to him as like a frog or whatever. So I think
I think that was Weird Al.
maybe also, but I think George has too. But they play this like cute little ET music like every time he looks at the eggs, and you're like, is he gonna be nice to them or he's gonna do something special? No, he fucking sucks them down.
Yep, saw it coming. Like, I don't know. I just saw it in him. Like, that's the first thing I thought, and I was like, I didn't think anything else other than he's gonna eat those things.
Yeah, well, the music was deceptive because I was like, oh, it's sweet music, and it's like E.T. just found Elliot or something. Anyway, so he does his little scheme where he gets in them and starts eating them, and
quite a few times.
Well, I forget the exact events, but Mandalorian takes a nap. He finds a little twerp chowing down. And then he says no, tells him whatever.
Nap time.
X-Wings, there's an alarm goes off, wakes him up. X-Wings are outside, and they're trying to check his identity because he's in New Republic space. I like it when it sounds like it's the EU.
Yeah.
My question was, can't they see him through the window, not moving and not checking anything? Because he's like, hold on, I have to find this. And then it's like, I'm pretty sure they're doing this.
If not with binoculars, like. I mean, I don't know. Could we see them? I can't remember if you could see the pilots through the thing.
Maybe a little. You can see their heads, but like Mandalorian is just sitting there like this.
I know, it's all lit up.
And he's like, "Oh, here it is."
Oh yeah, the passenger.
At this point, you get a garbage Dave Filoni cameo, and another character that I'm calling Asian Porkins.
That's fine.
Yeah. Right. Why when he gets caught does he never get made to put it back? Oh, the Baby Yoda. Sorry. TARDIS is saying that. Yeah, Baby Yoda should have. There are a couple of instances where he's holding the egg, and it's like, put it back in the effing jar, you little piece of crap. And he goes,
yep.
And I'm like,
oh no.
See, if it was me on the ship, I'd be like, oof, and he'd go across the ship.
Yeah, as a parent, when you say no to a child and he looks you dead in the eye and he does it anyway, yeah, there's, I don't know.
I would scream with rage.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
And then they just
really
stare
like directed at them. Yeah, it's like, uh-oh.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's. I found it funny.
I
don't know. I guess I just found it funny from
being a parent,
dealing with it really, like recently, just recently going through the same thing. I found it funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I could relate to it.
When the running gag started, I was like, okay, I can see how this might be funny. By the end, I was like, you little scumbag. Hence the title of our live stream. He's such a piece of crap, and I hate him like 10 times more. But we'll get to that. The X-Wing pilots ask him if he had anything to do with the prison episode in last season.
After he sent his
transponder.
Yep.
And then
pretty funny.
And then he makes a run for it. Down to this.
Doesn't even answer, just
that's what I would do.
Yeah, at that point it's like I'm out of here.
So he makes a run for it down to a very frosty looking planet. And
assume it's Hoth.
Oh, yeah, it probably is. Eventually, he loses them and crashes his ship in the same instant.
And then I thought it was done. I thought it was done.
The chase?
No, I thought that was the end of the ship when he crashed it.
Oh yeah,
which is that thing was.
Which is an entirely new. It's entirely different. God, I can't think today. So, like, I wrote it down in the notes, and we just haven't gotten to it. The Jawas strip his ship in the first season, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's awesome! It makes the Jawas like that much better. Like they're really efficient, little a-holes." This. He crashes the ship. It falls through into a cavern, and I'm like, that thing's done. It just crumpled.
Yeah. Just the way it buckled. Like, it was like breaking your axle in your car. You're not driving it anymore. I mean, you might get it going, but you're not going very far at all. Or very fast.
I was like, you might as well sneeze on that ship and destroy it.
Yeah. Anyway. That's exactly what I thought instantaneous. So I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So I was like
when he's being chased, they're like, the targeting computer is online. And I was like, that's not what a targeting computer looks like. You got it all wrong. But that's a nerd thing. My notes also say ship is jacked.
That was putting it nicely.
Yeah. And the salamander. Yeah. The salamander should be dead by the time he wakes up with the amount of ice on his helmet.
The way he woke up and he had to crink his armor. It's like it was suction to the.
Yeah,
the salamander. That's the first thing I thought. It was like, okay, salamander done, eggs done. Too cold.
Well, they're nearly done because the shithead is eating them again.
I know. It was great.
And he's like, how many did you eat? And does he really expect an answer? And then also I was like, is this salamander so stupid it doesn't count how many eggs it has?
Apparently. She just flopped them in. They can't count. She's a salamander. But she can hotwire a droid.
Yes. He says get some sleep, and she hotwires the droid's head.
Yep.
Which is the one guy from the IT Crowd. I don't know if you ever watched that show.
I've watched a couple episodes.
He's the dark-skinned guy with the crazy hair.
Okay, yes.
Moss, I think they call him. It's been a while.
I can't remember. I know that's one of their names.
Yeah. Well, not the Irish guy. The loud Irish guy. And she says, she guilt trips him about honor and the extinction of her family line to get him off his ass to start fixing the ship.
Yes.
And he does.
It was amazing. Yeah, he's like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
You had to pull my honor into this. Because he is like, the deal's off. I mean, like, there's nothing I can do, lady.
Yeah.
Figure it out yourself.
This is him.
Okay.
Yeah.
The episodes I watched were funny. I just never got back into it.
I have a hard time watching stuff where the main characters are so awkward. Like it's painful to watch on
Yeah,
some level.
when they go too far with it.
Yeah.
Like that could have been scaled back a little bit, but then again, I think they're going for shock comedy at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just not really my cup of tea.
Yeah. At a couple points, they show Mandalorian welding, and it looks like he's doing nothing to this ship because it's so jacked up. And his welding gun looks like the Toy Biz Batman's grappling gun to me.
I didn't pay that much close attention to it. I only got to watch it once.
No. It just strikes me as funny because it looks exactly like this toy. Boom.
No, yeah, that thing is amazing.
Yeah, I just gotta be careful which window I close. So then the stupid twerp tries to get his attention while he's welding, and he's like, she's gone. I'm a piece of crap.
My food source.
She stole my eggs. If he had said that, it would have been so good. Like that's the first thing he says in the whole series is she took my eggs. I would have died. Yeah. So he follows her like heat footprints, her leftover residual heat footprints, to find her in a hot spring.
Yeah.
I can only assume that salamanders see heat, so she saw a heat source and went for it.
I don't know.
Because there's no reason for her to go over there.
She could probably sense it with her tongue.
I don't know how salamanders work. Or lizards. She looks like you're what kind did you have? You had a gecko?
Gecko, but that's
gecko.
Mine was a dry gecko, not a. That's more like a. It reminded me of a fancy tail gecko.
Yeah.
Had like suction cups and could stick to glass and.
Yeah, well, can't we all? But anyway, I thought they were going to run into a wampa while they were looking for her.
That's what I expected.
Yeah. Anyway, she's in a hot spring, bathing naked, and her eggs are just, I assume, hard boiling.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then what is in that water? Like how much sulfate or what is affecting those eggs? Like there's no way those eggs are going to be fertile by the time she gets to her husband for him to do whatever salamanders do on eggs.
Do whatever salamanders do on eggs.
You know, so yeah, I don't see this working out. Scientifically, this episode is just garbage.
That's fine. Star Wars was never big on science.
No, that's true. It's a different universe, galaxy, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Different physics.
Sure.
Like sand.
Different sand. It gets everywhere.
Not your eyeballs, though.
That's flashback humor from the last episode. So little shithead is trying to grab some eggs as they're gathering them up to put back in.
He's trying to help. He was trying to help.
With his mouth.
He wasn't at... You can't get pissed at a kid or discipline a kid for not doing it yet. Like, he saw them helping, trying to gather him up. He was trying to gather him up too at that point.
Yeah.
He's never putting it in his mouth.
He was going to gather him to his stomach.
Oh, yeah. He was definitely going to eat him if he got one. Right in front of her, too.
And just one would fill up that little twerp. So he keeps horfing them down.
Yeah. He's a grown boy.
Bah. I hate him. So he gets yelled at because he's reaching for an egg. So he wanders off into the cave and finds egg-like objects conveniently.
Mushrooms. They look like mushrooms.
They look like eggs to me.
Yeah, they look like weird mushrooms at first. And then he ripped it open. I was like, oh, this thing's going to spit something at his face.
It reminded me of Alien.
Yeah.
and Kane. And then he pulls out a spider from the egg and he eats it because kids just stick crap in their mouths.
Whatever they find that's gooey like that is pretty much going straight in the mouth.
That makes you wonder how humans survived ever.
By eating whatever we could.
If we were prone to and then whoever just falls by the wayside, we eat him. We don't eat that, but now we eat him.
More meat on fire.
And the music is still like E.T. is coming to visit when he's looking around at these eggs. I'm like, is this just his theme song now or what?
For this episode.
I punt him across the ship. So that wakes up all the other spider eggs because, of course, it does. That's how it does. That's how the movies do.
They just started hatching right then.
Yeah.
That was their hatch cycle.
Which wakes up progressively bigger and bigger ones.
Yeah, no, that was good stuff.
Huevos. What is huevos? Eggs. That's eggs. I just learned that, actually. Eggs. Spanish, kids. The more you know. So the reason I liked it initially is because of big knobby white spider. Right. Technical terms. It was originally concept art for Dagobah. It was a creature on Dagobah. And later the lore was that they would like root to the planet and turn into the trees. And that's amazing. That's really good sci-fi stuff. You need logic.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do. If you're gonna use the knobby white spider, you need logic.
Well, they probably just picked it out of a box. They reached in and was like, "We're using this."
I can see that. I think that's how all of these shows are done, or how all these episodes are done.
Most likely.
They also used the spider in an episode of Rebels. It was in a cavern on like a desert planet. So now I'm less happy because I'm like, oh, they were cool when they were on Dagobah. They were like part of the ecosystem. Now they're good.
Function. They got a function.
Yeah. Now it's just like, this is what spiders look like everywhere. And it's like, it kills the uniqueness.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, that's because no one can come up with their own space spider, ice spider, desert spider.
We're on a schedule, damn it.
Use the Dagobah spider.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, hey, it'll be nostalgic for people that actually know what they're that actually know how to do good Star Wars.
Yeah.
It worked on me. I really liked when the little salamander tongued her clothes to her.
That was nice.
It made me laugh.
Yeah. It's like, where was that thing? Why didn't you use that for something?
She was eating. And little piece of crap baby Yoda was like looking at his tray and then looking at her eggs. God, I hate him. I hate him more and more. So the spiders, obviously, King Kong spider wakes up and they all start chasing them all the way back to the ship.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. Swarming.
Yeah.
It's like a horde.
And I'm cool with that. I like stories where they find monsters in caves and then have to fight them and stuff. This is where
movie. Movies.
Sure. Yeah, that's right. That's my jam. This is where she starts doing the dumb belly flop hopping.
Yes. Should have used her tongue on the walls and like
web
drag herself. Yeah.
She's like
swung. Shoots out some slime.
Yeah, blue slime. So they're running and shooting and they're using bombs and flamethrowing to kill all
And then
these.
those spiders are shooting ice webs at them. Was that what they were?
It's just a web.
That frozen midair.
When? There's only one that actually like landed when he's got his gun.
Yeah, it's got his gun. It looked icy, and he broke it off. There was another time when they're running in the caverns and they shoot it, and it's like this big one, like that blocks that way, and it looked icy.
I don't know.
Either they shot icy webs or just instantaneous froze.
I would think it would freeze.
Froze.
I got you.
Why not?
I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, I would think
so. Either they produce frozen webs.
I think it's just frozen mid.
Well, yeah, I guess you're like it's scientific about it. It would be their fluid in their body that makes it freeze instantaneously as it comes in contact with the air.
I know I've used the word shithead numerous times so far, but this is a kid show. Don't be talking about fluids.
I'm talking about my fluids.
Family show, not a kid
fluids.
Show. This is not a kid show.
No, God.
Family show.
Oh. Wow.
But I do like monsters randomly showing up in Star Wars because if nothing else, Star Wars is a ripoff of Flash Gordon. And they did it in the original movies where you have your main story and then you have a random monster attack. And then you have your main story, random monster attack. I feel like between the first episode and this episode, we got too many random monster attacks. We need more story in the middle.
Yes, we need something to push us forward. We need some substance.
Substance
and suspensive.
Yeah. What is word?
What is words? Words are no good.
No doubt.
Yes. Let's go on.
I didn't take any pictures this episode because I was like, I got a visual aid.
Yeah, there you go. That's what we got.
There you go. This was
a broken ass ship.
This was the episode.
Yeah, pretty much. So they make it back to the ship, and they're crawling in after them, and you think they're getting into the cockpit to. Apparently, he fixed it enough to fly out of there.
I did not see Baby Yoda and the salamander actually get into the cockpit. So when they're there, I was like, okay.
Yeah, they ran ahead while he was shooting them from outside. And when he got his web hand stuck, that's when they went in and they went ahead. That's why he was a few minutes behind them.
Gotcha. So the kid has one on his head and he's like, and then he gets shot. And you realize it's the salamander that saved his life. Yes. And you're like, oh, that's nice. It'll come up in a minute. So they start trying to take off in the ship. And a giant spider jumps on top of it, crashes it back to the ground. That ship is done.
Right there. If it wasn't done before, done now.
Yeah. And then it punches 2 giant holes in the cockpit.
Yep. Nope. Can't go to space now.
Yeah. And then suddenly, crappy
Hellfire.
Dave Filoni. Yeah, Hellfire. Crappy Dave Filoni and Asian Porkins are shooting the giant spider with their X-Wing.
Yep.
Assumedly hovering so that they can do different angles of gunshots.
Yeah, I guess with their cockpits open.
Sure, I don't know. Yeah,
that's what they were doing. I thought they would shoot them with their thing, but they were just shooting with the.
Well, they shot the big one because the sound effect is X-wing cannon fire. But I would assume that they have to do this to shoot it and hover in place. It's dumb. It's a nerd thing. Anyway,
I get it. They don't have VTOLs. X-wings weren't VTOLs. Where are they getting the lift from to hover in place?
Well, you assume they have the repulsor and they could just stay there, but they would still have to rotate to shoot the giant spider.
If they're that close to each other and you have repulsors on both of them, they would fucking shoot away from each other.
I don't know. Anyway, they are crack.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. They are crack marksmen
Yes, they are.
with their rifles because they never miss a spider.
Nope.
They shoot all of the extra ones off of his ship.
Yep.
And then
even the teeny ones.
Yeah, especially them.
The baby never bugs.
Never bugs? Is this
From Hook?
Oh.
It's like you gotta take care of the bugs. The little bugs. When he leaves as adult Peter.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
The never bugs. The little ones.
I gotcha. That's good. That's a good quote to know. Doesn't help you here. So the crappy X-Wing pilots ask if he did the prison thing, and then they basically tell him to fix his tail light. and then they leave him to die in an ice cavern.
Yeah. Like, why don't you come down here and how you do this? And yeah, that'd be nice. Nope. Out of here. Don't want to see you back here again. Basically.
Yeah, pretty much. We don't like your face. You didn't even see my face.
And he somehow gets his ship up and running within the time frame of her eggs because she's in a hurry.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. And I guess next episode we'll see if her eggs ever made it to the planet. Or if
yeah, I guess we gotta see the planet because she said her husband saw him. Which is probably not true. I don't really feel like this is a real lead.
If it's not true, the writing needs help.
It doesn't feel like it is. Like there's nothing. I don't know. It just doesn't. Anybody in the universe can say, "Hey, I seen some Mandalorians over there." Or like, three sectors over that way. In a hole.
Sectors.
Sectors.
Ask your parents, kids.
Yes.
He's standing next to the ship, and it looks totally out of scale to me. He's like, and then the cockpit's like this. Anyway, he says, if you need to use the privy, and I went, privy? You mean the crapper? If you need to use the shitter, just
it's full.
Do it now. The shitter was full. That's good. That makes you wonder if they're flying in hyperspace. Is that when they eject the tanks?
Yeah,
I would hope so.
On the International Space Station.
It's going faster than light.
Turns into a fine mist.
His dump destroyed a planet. So he takes off. The planet is very snowy. I assume it's Hoth at this point. And the ship, I like the music, because as he takes off, the music swells and his ship's like wobbling into space. And that was a good moment. And then he's like, I'm going to catch some sleep. We're safe in the cockpit unless the door gets ripped open. Then we're dead. But whatever.
And then he's like, don't wake me up unless the door rips off the rails.
Yeah. And he's like, just kidding.
Says, just kidding. We'd all be dead.
And then, so then the kid looks over his shoulder at the eggs. The salamander hugs him.
It's holding him now.
And you think that she saved his life by shooting the bug off of his head, that he wouldn't be a piece of shit. And then he slurps down another egg that
he doesn't understand that
he had stolen. And I was like, you're dead to me, son.
Because he has no morals. He's a
50-year-old. He's a 50-year-old. He has no morals. I have met some adults that have no morals in their 50s.
Oh yeah, I know, I do too. But
they don't eat your eggs.
How do you know? I bet they would if they had the opportunity.
If they didn't have morals.
If they didn't have morals and they had the opportunity, they would.
It further makes me hate Baby Yoda. Because he is 50 and he's behaving like a 2-year-old.
That's who? Some Imperial? Some Imperial said he's 50? Just take his word for it?
Why would they lie about that?
Because they're fucking Imperials. What the fuck do they know?
Uh,
There's only been 2 of these things in the public
killing
eye.
in toilet mains. I don't know what.
There's only been 2 of these things in the public's eye.
3.
It was the 3rd one.
And if 4, if you were gonna count the Knights of the Old Republic.
No, I'm just talking about on film. That
3
the average person
Yaddle
and Yoda
did
this
nothing.
Is the 3rd. Right. But they were on screen. People saw them. So, I mean, yes, this is the 3rd one, right?
Sure.
Yes, Knights of the Republic did them in the comics. They created a Yoda character.
It was basically Yoda in the game.
Yeah. Oh, in the game and in the comic for that Knights of the Republic, there was a Yoda. Basically Yoda. He was just
basically
an old
Yoda.
Master. Yeah, just different name.
Yeah. Yeah, it was confusing. He was like gray, but he was exactly like Yoda.
Yeah. And so there's nothing to base this off of, so I don't see this thing being 50 plus.
They said he was. What?
Yeah, that's just people talking.
No,
again, hey, there's Mandalorians over there. This little butterfly is 1,000 years old.
Why would you give that information? It would serve no purpose.
Exactly.
Anyway,
there's a lot of things that are no purpose in this show.
Yeah,
just like to throw the again to get people talking. It probably wasn't even for the show. It was for the watcher, us. Like that information was for us, not the characters knowing. Because again, that has never come up for anything else. He has called him a kid because he looks like a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's never come up for any other reason than for the watcher to know. That was it.
Well, that's why you give any information in a show.
Right, well.
Unless you're purposely going to mislead them.
Well, no, you give information for the character to figure out. I mean, like a good story, written story is the character is figuring this out and you're figuring it out along with them. Not you're being told something so you as the watcher know it before the character does, because that's a shitty story. Why do you want to know what happens to the character before it happens?
Well, you can use that in certain instances.
Right. If you use it, they haven't used it for anything.
Mm-hmm.
His age has not had any factor to do with anything other than he's a small-looking child who can use the Force.
I think we agree that the writing is terrible on this show.
Yeah.
I think this is the roundabout.
Oh, yeah.
The roundabout thing that you're trying to get to. I totally agree.
You're right. I'm just trying to.
I felt that about the entire first season, and I never felt the need to go back to watch any more of them.
Oh, I tried.
Or watch them again.
I tried doing it, and I couldn't. I got bored.
Yeah.
And then I skipped to the end, and I didn't even finish that last episode before the new one came out.
I could not tell you half the stuff that happened in the first season.
No, I remember. That's why I got bored of it. I was like, oh, Jesus, I'm not watching all this over again.
I think it would come back to me as
you were watching it.
Mm-hmm. And I would be like, well, sorry. I'm almost through my notes. This was a very short episode, but first time I watched it, right in the middle, when they're right after he wrecks the ship, I was like, this is starting to drag.
When they did it the second time, I was like, oh, geez, this is really, they're going to be here forever. They're going to have to be found on this planet. There's no way he's getting off this planet.
So fun. We'll find their frozen corpse.
I was watching Everest stuff on Everest today.
Oh, yeah. Where they just leave the bodies.
Yeah, they're talking about bodies on the thing. Anyways, sorry.
So this show, no lessons are learned. No new information is learned.
Nope. Not a damn thing.
The plot does not move forward
anywhere.
Yeah.
Not an inch does it move forward.
Yeah.
It is stale.
Oh, and I also thought the notion had occurred to me like earlier in the episode that like in some way him sucking down the eggs, he would be like storing them. So like if something happened, he could like vomit them up. And she'd be like, oh, like so grateful, and everyone would love Baby Yoda. But no, he's still a piece of crap.
Oh yeah, and this is why he's going to be a dark side Yoda.
There's a theory that he's just Yoda time traveling, and I think you told me that, or maybe someone else did. And I was like,
I told you that last night. After the episode I watched, I was like, yeah. Baby Yoda got the TARDIS. Or Yoda got the TARDIS, and he's just jumping through time at different points in his life, learning how to use the Force.
But he can only go back to... No, that doesn't make sense.
If he's 50 years old, he knows how to use time travel, and he's...
Why does he look
born,
like
he jumped to this time, so he's going to live this life a little bit here in this time frame, and then you'll jump back to
I gotcha.
A point in the past to learn from the older Jedis.
I got
and then you'll probably jump. I mean, he's got 900 years to jump around in time.
I got it. It's nonsense, but I got it because they're in after Jedi in this show, right.
But time travel can go back and forth.
Yeah, but you don't turn into a baby and go forward in time.
No. He was born wherever. He already time traveled to this time frame where there are no Jedi, and he's learning how to be like a warrior, how to survive, and he ends up with a Mandalorian.
Yep.
So okay, he's got a great teacher.
I fully accept that load of nonsense as what is actually going to happen in this show.
So when he gets done with this time frame, when he learns what he needs to learn, he'll get in his time machine and fly away, and go to say like 500 years in the past, and he learns from like the first Jedis, and then he jumps forward in time to like 30 years before episode 1.
He jumps to Tuesday and has a hamburger. Yeah, I got it.
And doesn't pay until next Tuesday when he...
I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Yeah. I finally got through that lightsaber handle. I was drilling through. Good. Oh, it looks like crap, but I gotta paint it so that...
Oh, from here it looks good.
Oh, that's good.
I'm talking about the light. It's reflecting nice.
Yeah. Well,
it's doing good.
I cut the blade off of a Qui-Gon lightsaber because it was more clear and you'd see more through it. More clear?
Qui-Gon's.
Oh, yeah.
It's very lighter green.
Yeah. So that was The Mandalorian, episode 2, which everyone's calling episode 11, which is effing confusing.
Yeah, if you go to IMDb, it's just a continuation of season 1. They're just the same chapters. I guess it's like a chapter in a book.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not
it's
episode, it's chapter. So it's like you're reading a book.
Sure, but it's still a episode of a season. So
hey, you're calling your comic an animated
series,
and there's no animation.
Because I need a gimmick.
Well, that's their gimmick.
There is animation. It's just really bad, low budget, and not a lot of it.
What do you think this is? Same thing.
Really bad, low budget, not a lot of it. But my story is actually
they have plenty of
good.
It, just not a lot.
My story is actually good, though. I've been thinking about it for longer than I want to admit. Okay. What is this red light that's on you?
My light.
My light. Okay.
But now
great.
I'm in the dark.
I didn't tell you to turn it off.
My coffee's kicking in.
Nice. Now that the show's over. So what'd you think? Overall?
Again, overall 50-50. I hated it and I liked it. Well, I wouldn't say hated. I did not enjoy it, and then I did enjoy it. I enjoyed parts of it, and I didn't enjoy parts of it.
It was entertaining when I was half awake in the morning, and I love white knobby spiders.
Right.
And but none of it makes sense. But it's the same as the first episode. I was like, why don't they just load up the banthas and then blow them up? We don't have to dig a ditch. We don't need crossbows. We don't need people to get vomited on.
You would think.
You would think. Put me in, coach. I can play.
Yeah. So, Baby Yoda's going to wear Boba Fett's helmet at some point?
Like he's gonna age, but he'll be different from the
No.
other. Wait. The joke's still building.
Oh,
He'll
sorry.
age, he'll grow up, he'll be 6 feet tall, and then he'll put it on. Yeah, I think that's gonna happen. Right before he starts time
He's not
traveling.
No, I think he's gonna be in the helmet because he's so fucking small he can just fit inside the helmet. The helmet's gonna be sitting there and he's gonna just pick it up. You think at some point that's gonna happen during the season?
I would think of all the cliche writing things that they do, he's gonna have to hide in it at least once.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So where are we on the scorecard of how we feel about this show? I still don't think it's very good, but I enjoy the look of some things, like his armor. I mostly just like toys.
I like to see the story wise. It's terrible because there's not really a story so much. They had such a big build up at the end of last season, and then they just left us hanging. Like have all the things they could be doing or showing us. They're showing him doing side quests,
and that's fine once in a while.
Yeah, but if the side quest portrays in some way pushes the story forward a little bit more. Other than there's some Mandos over there.
Maybe.
Yeah. Because this person said so.
Yeah, I get it. And it's the second episode, so it's like you should be making ground on the main story.
Yeah, let's see some lightsaber.
Before you get to the sluggish filler.
Yeah.
Especially if you only especially if it's only like eight episodes.
Yeah.
You should not be wasting time.
There should not be filler.
Yeah.
If it's a 26 episode season, like it used to, like TV shows used to do, then yeah, you can have some filler. I understand that. But if you're having a 12 episode season, no, you got no filler. You got no time for filler. Especially if your episodes go from 30 minutes to 45 minutes to an hour. Like, certain episodes are longer than others.
Yeah.
They're all fluctuating. Time is not.
Time is an illusion.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Yeah, and they only have 8 episodes. So it's like, step it up, guys. Time's burning.
Well, they did 9 last season.
Really?
And even the filler episodes pushed, like the training episode, training the farmer episode, that still had bounty hunters coming in after them because they had fobs. But it still pushed the story forward. It still made them have to go.
What happened to all those fobs? Like
fob out. They were horrible.
Fobs are so effing stupid in this show.
I guess we're gonna see them. They're coming back. And they've got to bring the people back from the last season.
Yeah.
Shock Trooper and
Hottie Boobalati. What's her name?
Apollo.
Yeah, Apollo. I really want them to call him that.
He'll always be Apollo to me.
Yeah, man. Or Dylan from Predator. I'm too tired. I know his name. I just can't think of it.
It's Apollo.
All that's coming to mind is Action Jackson.
I don't think that would be it.
No, but it's played by, and you're not going to tell me.
No, I have it pulled up on mine.
Carl Weathers, of course.
That's it. I knew that.
Yeah, I bet you did, you bunch of bigots and racists. Yeah.
So no preview for next episode.
Do they usually do that?
No. So.
Okay. Or do you mean this show? Because
this show,
I would have no idea.
All right. Yeah, I got it.
Next episode
is this.
It's him walking. There you go.
Or this thing falling.
Yeah, it's going to have to be repaired.
It's going to have to be rebuilt. This is the Razor Crest 2 now.
And it's going to look slightly more Slave 1.
Or like the Slave 2.
Mm-hmm. That is an obscure ship that anyone watching this show is not going to know.
I would hope there would be one or two, but you're right. I don't think anybody could describe it.
It's like a shoebox with a wing.
Yep. Pretty much. Like a brick.
Yeah. It made its appearance in Dark Empire.
Yes, sir.
Or was it Dark?
Absolutely no sense.
Or was it Dark Empire 2?
No, Dark Empire 1. That's where the first time you see Boba Fett after he got thrown into the Sarlacc.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, oh my god, he is actually alive? How did he get out? And that's when the books, the Tales of Jabba Palace was put into work.
Star Wars used to be so good.
Yeah. There you go.
Used to have a continuity. Even if that continuity got fuzzy, it still tried to maintain.
Yes. It didn't start getting fuzzy until they started doing the prequels.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it started getting fuzzy. When you go to start doing prequels, you're going to make whatever you did beforehand almost irrelevant.
Well, even
you see a better way of doing it in your head, like, but it won't come together if you do it that way. But then you're like, fuck it, I'm doing it.
Yeah, okay. Like he always said that the prequel era was off limits, but people still had to touch on it here and there.
Yeah.
And those stories weren't written. There was like a loose outline. And I hated the prequels. But now when I see crap like this, I find it very charming that it has no mention of Disney.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I lost what I was going to say.
Messing with the EU when you do the prequels. Continuity. Continuity.
It just sucks.
Yeah, it all sucks. Yeah. Goddamn Disney. But goddamn George, because he effing sold it.
Well, I mean, he did that before. He did the prequels before that, so.
Also, he's just one bad decision after another. He's like, I know Star Wars. I can just do the prequels because I made Star Wars. And it's like, George, you had a lot of help.
That's why it just comes down to him making money. That's all it comes down to. It's all about the money. Doesn't matter about anything else. I mean, it's a money thing to them. That's why they did it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the passion that the fans have. They see it as a job. Like Harrison Ford's got it right. It's a job. He's not those characters. He goes there to make money and go home to do whatever he wants.
I still prefer Indiana Jones over Harrison Ford as a person. Like you could meet Indiana Jones, Han Solo, or Harrison Ford. I would meet Indiana Jones. Screw those other guys.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. There was no reason that he had to sell that, though.
No, he was just. I think he may have been tired of all the hate and just wanted it out.
I can see that, but.
And then there was a lot of zeros that after that 4 or 5 that he was just like, yes.
But they said that he gave it all away to charity and education. No, I think he already got rid of it. I heard it's already gone.
Oh, wow. Well, then
I don't know. Yeah, I'm all for education, but you could set up a fund to do that while you turn the company over to someone else, not Kathleen Kennedy, to just keep going with it. Because he was like, I'm selling it to preserve jobs because I have 20,000 employees or whatever.
Yeah, how many of them got fired? Immediately,
they closed LucasArts. It's like, how did you not know they were scumbags, George?
A lot of zeros. It doesn't matter.
It needs to matter.
And you didn't give it all away. There's a lot of zeros tucked away somewhere.
I think he had a lot of
For him to
zeros to
live.
begin with. I think he had enough zeros that he's like, here, I don't need this.
He probably took what he needed from her, or wanted from it, and then gave the rest away.
Mm-hmm. This ranch isn't going to run itself.
He made it. I mean, he did like the ultimate. He took care of his family. His family's taken care of for however long they want to be taken care of.
I have mixed feelings
from now.
I have mixed feelings.
I mean, I would love to do something like that. Set up something like that.
I don't know if I would.
Possible.
I'd be like, here's a small,
very
small chunk. Go
there
work.
Would be Stipitins.
There would be
stipends, something like that. Anyway,
stipends.
Yeah.
Stipends.
There would be requirements.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be an allowance.
You would have to side quest for them.
Exactly. Go work a year at McDonald's.
That's brilliant.
Now your college is paid for. Learn how to work digging ditches. Learn how to work, like they have to do
manual labor for a while. Deal with the public in
customer service. You can't just be handed everything.
Yeah.
And no, I don't believe in handing them everything. You're gonna go do it. You gotta work for anything.
Sure.
And then you see the people who get handed stuff. You see how they're turned out.
They're all on Twitter calling everyone bigots and racists.
I guess I'm not on Twitter, so I wouldn't know.
You are so better off.
Pretty much getting rid of the Facebook thing too. Just haven't. I went on there the other day and realized I haven't been on there in maybe a year. So
yeah, you're not missing anything.
Yeah, I realized I wasn't. It actually looked like a lot of ads.
There is. I report for this. I report them as spam every time they come up.
I mean, that's all I saw was when I scrolled through on my phone. It's just like, because I don't get on my computer on it. I just have the app. And then,
it's awful.
So yeah, it's just weird.
No doubt.
I don't see the appeal.
I wish I had never gotten into it. Someone convinced me to have a MySpace a long time ago, and now I'm like, this is stupid. The only sort of okay thing for it was that I used to get like updates from family, so I knew what they were doing. But now, like, I think they don't really use it anymore. So it's like, why do I even have this?
No reason. But it's a good voice when you have a product, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's the same with Twitter. I've been considering getting rid of Twitter, but I'm like, I need to put the link to the show somewhere.
Yeah, you got to put a... Yeah. You understand it to that point.
Yeah,
you got to put distracted by Gundam.
That's fine. I understand.
The Gundam. Sorry to get distracted. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. It's a good voice. It's a good something for your voice.
You just don't interact with people. Or if you do, it's very limited. Because as soon as you say something, anything innocent, and then you get crazy people that are like, oh, that's great, Nazi. Like, oh, okay. We're living in clown world.
Yeah. Well, that's what the internet is. People can say whatever they want.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, you just gotta, I don't know.
What's that quote? The internet's given everyone a voice, and everyone's used that voice to complain about movies on the internet. And Jay and Silent Bob quote.
Yeah. Holden.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. When he could write.
Yeah, I watched.
Now he just redoes what he used to do. Just like puts it in a photocopier and then writes 2 next to it.
Part 2. I couldn't get through that movie.
I couldn't either.
Jay and Silent Bob 2.
Whatever it is, yeah, I couldn't do it either. I think I got 10, maybe 15 minutes. When they got to the comic book store with Banky.
Brody,
jeez. Banky.
It's fine, it's the same guy.
It is. Yeah, when they get there, I had to stop it. I couldn't watch that anymore.
Especially
when they started breaking the fourth wall, like.
Well, yeah, constantly.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I don't see the point in that.
It's like, what's his name? Bruce Willis broke him to the point where he just stopped trying. He's like, I found pot now. It's like, okay.
You would have thought he found that a long time ago.
Yeah, well, that was the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
How long did I hang around with you when I wasn't even drinking anything or doing anything?
I don't know.
Forever. So
what are you talking about?
I mean nothing.
Trees.
So yeah, I don't know. I wish he would sober up a bit and then write a good movie again.
I don't think it's possible.
Red State was good, actually. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
It was like based on his loosely not satirized. That Westboro Baptist Church that was crazy a few years ago and protesting funerals and stuff.
Oh yeah, they're still crazy and still doing that.
Oh, okay. Well, the main guy died, so you never hear about it. But it was like a horror story based on that. And it was actually a really good movie. I was surprised. And then I watched Tusk. And I was like,
yeah, I heard about that. Hoosers, did you watch that one?
Who?
It was on Netflix. Hoosers. Hooser something Hoosers.
Hosers. Yoga Hosers.
Yes, that's it.
Awful.
With his daughter.
Yes. And Johnny Depp's kid.
Was that who it is? I couldn't watch it. That was another one I couldn't watch.
So you missed when Kevin Smith was the bratwurst Nazi, the Bratzi.
Oh yeah, I didn't even get it. Anyway.
Several miniature bratwurst Nazis.
I'm good. Yeah, yeah, I'm good. I don't need any of that in my life.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fine. You're not missing anything.
That's good.
I can't believe I remembered Bratzis.
Oh, I'm glad you did.
That's the kind of thing you just block out.
Yeah, you reaffirm my position on never watching that movie.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yep. You're welcome.
All right. Well,
well,
sorry, the other Gundam needed fixed.
No, it's cool. If you want to wrap it up, we can. It was a very short episode with not a lot going on, and not even a lot to compare to old good Star Wars stuff.
No. What I did like was the ending credits of the production storyboards.
Oh yeah,
concept
they do that.
art. I do like that.
Yeah, they do that on every episode, don't they?
Yeah. But I like this one a lot. They had I guess the first one was just the spiders and very McQuarrie looking.
Yeah, well, that's gonna happen because he designed it. Here's the
It's great.
I just love that concept that they become the trees. I'm like, that's so good. Open image and tab.
You make your things part of the story. Part of the something. You can't
words.
do story.
Yeah.
Lore.
Yeah, make that crap cool.
Yeah. That's why Lord of the Rings was good. They had so much detail that he wrote about and talked about, and that was so boring that made you want to go to sleep. Yeah, that's great.
It made it so boring you wanted to go to sleep.
Kind of like looks like he's puking.
Yeah, well, I would expect. Oh yeah, I guess.
Or is
it
he
is.
shooting a web out?
No, I would
Like, where
think
does the web come out? Where do you think the webs come out? From the only hole that there?
because it's spread out, I would think that it's around like the outside of the teeth. When it shoots out, it's like I don't know. Maybe it's hawking
but
up
on like a. I guess it's a ice spider. It could do whatever it wants.
Maybe it's hawking up a loogie. I don't know. Yeah, I'm a big fan of knobby white spiders.
Obviously.
No doubt. Hey, that's my guy.
Oh, show.
Yeah, it's cool. That was about the only thing I enjoyed in the episode, and the salamander.
Salamander, yeah.
I liked how it looked.
Again, just felt like he
pulled something out of a hat.
Pulled something out of Ant-Man and made the lizard big.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. All right.
Yeah, but looking forward to the next one.
Yeah.
Is there supposed to be a break or something between them? Are they all going for the next 8 weeks? Because we got Thanksgiving coming up. I don't know. Is there one that week?
Friday. I guess I should look into this kind of thing if we're going to do
it doesn't really tell you until, like, there's nothing on IMDb saying when it airs, like they usually do. It's only telling you as it's coming out. So,
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I guess we will see. I think I saw a schedule somewhere. I'll try and see if I can figure something out.
If you see one, send it to me, I guess.
Will do.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to show off your thing now, and we'll wrap this up because not a lot happened.
No.
If you guys want to, we're gonna wrap it up.
Here we go.
Let's read from Let's not read from the teleprompter, folks. If you stuck around this long, I want to ask that you like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow Steve on Instagram, he takes pictures of toys. It looks like this.
Yes, it does.
I don't think you've ever taken anything else, but I don't know if I've ever scrolled all the way through.
If you go all the way down, you see my earlier stuff with me just learning how to mess with
camera.
Instagram.
Oh.
I don't know, like just figuring out how Instagram worked.
Nice. A lot of Doctor Who.
Yeah, it started off as a Doctor Who page.
What is that one? What are those?
That's the Clara and Captain Jack.
Gotcha. Anyway, you can follow Steve at page up. SJP Second Toy Chest. If you want to follow me on the Twitter, I don't recommend Twitter, but I'm on there, and you can tell. Or I usually post when the shows are coming at least a day in advance. Yes. I am at Sean Crummel, obviously. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I post nonsense. It's The Real Sean Crummel. And if you want to follow my comic that I hope to crowdfund in the near future, it is The Real Smacked in the Head. And I post snippets and sometimes old art. And yeah, there you go. Smacked in the head. We got boobs. We don't hate. We got boobs. How about you? All right, I'm tired. All right, show's over. I'm tired. Yeah, well, you run the show then.
That's what I get for drinking coffee all day. Or at midnight.
Yeah. Oh, well. All right.
All right, until next time.
I will try to be more awake next time, but I still have to keep my voice down because my wife gets up super early.
Yeah, I'm not working a Saturday next week, so I'll be nice and rested, ready to go.
Really hope something else or something interesting happens in the next episode.
Yeah, if not, then we'll get sidetracked and talk about something.
Kevin Smith movies and how they went
Oh,
bad.
no. Oh, we know how they went bad.
Yeah, we just talked about
Started
it.
getting a paycheck.
Yeah,
And then he didn't have to work anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
He probably became debt free, and then he had more money to spend. It's like, I don't need to work.
The American dream.
Yep.
No doubt.
All right. Take care.
All right.
Enjoy your whatever this is.
I don't know. I might go watch Ash versus the Evil Dead.
There you go.
Yeah, ready. All right, guys.
I'm watching the Queen's Gambit.
I have no idea what that is.
It just came out on Netflix about some girl who knows how to play chess somehow.
Oh, okay.
Looks interesting.
All right, nerd. I don't give a crap about that.
Nope. Sorry, there's no ray guns or
it's all I
Space
want.
Moon slugs.
Space Moon slugs. Where's my ray gun?
See? You don't even know where your ray gun is. That is loud.
Oh, is it? Sorry. I gotta be quiet with it. It's like... All right. Have a good night.
You too. Enjoy yourself.
Oh, what was I gonna say last time? It was signing.
Can't wait for the hate mail. Looking forward to your hate mail.
Looking forward to your hate mail. Baby Yoda's a dick, and I hate him, and I hope they kick him across the ship.
I can't wait to see more of them.
Being kicked across
I want
the
to see
ship.
lightning come out of his fingertips now. I want to see him go dark side. Just give him a red lightsaber.
I want to. Do you remember last season when the Kowakian lizard monkey, the Salacious Crumb, was on a spit being cooked?
Yes.
That's how I want Baby Yoda. All right, guys.
When you get to his planet, that's how you'll see, like...
They're all cannibals.
They're all food.
It turns into, like, Green Inferno or Cannibal Holocaust. Oh, that'd be amazing.
That would. And only a select few can get away. Like, get off planet.
And they're like, you shouldn't have come back.
Nope.
And that's when Baby Yoda will be like, oh, F. And they'll be like, you can talk.
Okay. This
All right.
I don't know.
It's for real this time. Okay, goodbye.